So guys, you know when it comes to Tegus, there is someone I would trust blindly. I'm honest about it. And so today I wanted to have a little spotlight about Tegus. When I was at Renske's place, we made a whole bunch of videos, 40 minutes of videos about Tegus, when she talks about the truth about Tegus. Let's go.
Yeah, what you also see with a lot of problems with Tegus is, especially in Europe, we still have a lot of wild caughts. So animals, yeah, I cannot say wild caught, it's more farm bred / wild caught. They come from Argentina, they are imported mostly to Germany or Spain, and then from there they go to all the shops. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people that sell those Tegus say, oh, it's captive bred, or it's captive bred Argentina, but it's completely different. Those animals often had not the best conditions before they came here, and also when they come here, they are without water for a very long time. So they often have kidney problems, they often have parasites, they had a lot of stress. So those animals are really hard to start with. Personally, I don't think those animals are good for beginners, but they are sold to a lot of beginners.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need new bloodlines for breeding, so it's nice to have bloodlines like some of mine, Uruguay black-nosed Tegus, they are from farms like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have those lines. So I'm not completely against imports, but I noticed that a lot of those import animals, and they come with like hundreds at a time, they are doomed to die because people buy them, they don't know that they are wild and that they need to be checked for parasites and stuff, and they often die a horrible death. So yeah, I'm really against this, and probably some people will be very angry for me saying this because some people import them, but yeah, it's something that I'm not a fan of. And personally, that's why I also started breeding Tegus, because I was like, it's crazy that they are still imported from farms and the wild, so in such a big amounts, while they have little chance for surviving a whole life. Like Tegus, I have Tegus that reached an age of 27, 28 years old, but animals that are imported from the wild have very little chance to reach those age. I had also one wild caught animal, and she died at the age of 13 because her kidneys were failing. And this is a problem that you see a lot. And 13 is still a long time, but they can get much older than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always recommend also to find out where is the Tegus from that you're buying. Is it from a breeder? Is it import from the USA? Then it's probably captive bred too. But is it import from Argentina? Then you're pretty sure that it is farm bred wild caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and being like imported, like they're also cheaper than captive bred.
Yeah, of course.
It's always a story of the little lizard that is cheap.
I have sometimes people that say, okay, what's the price for your Tegus? And I'm like, yeah, it's 500 euros. And they are like, yeah, I can get a wild caught, or they don't even say wild caught, but I can get one for 250 or 300 euros. Why would I pay so much for your Tegus? And I'm like, go to that other seller and buy it, and then you will see why. Because the food that I get here, the good start from the egg, from the day that they are born, they are handled every day, and they get food every day, and they get good quality food. So there is not one day in their life that they have a stress. Maybe a little bit for handling at the start, but they have no real stress like the ones from a farm. And so they are often a lot tamer. They most of the time have no parasite. Of course, also in my breeding facility, they can have parasite, but the parasites that they get are not that bad. and also it's a minimal risk. The whole start of their life is much better from a captive bred. And yeah, it's expensive, more expensive also. It takes all my free time and all. I'm 7 days a week I'm here. So that's also why they are more expensive. And yeah, what I already said, it takes a lot of time to take care of the tegus, a lot more than my monitor lizards. They, the enclosures are very expensive. The heat is very expensive. It's way more expensive than a facility in Argentina that keep them all outside. And they don't give a shit about how the animals are treated. It's a product for them. And here there's a lot more love, but it also takes a lot of time. So that's my explanation for why my animals are a little bit more expensive than a wild caught or an import.
I mean, it's something like you can understand. It's like it's the same for every, like if you take an import from whatever species you want, and the same species captive bred, the exact same animal, the price of the captive bred will be higher because of the whole time and everything that's put in there. Of course.
And if you calculate it with the time that you take and the food that you put in there, it's more expensive. It's and if you don't ask the prices that the higher prices, then there's no way that you can keep doing it.
Of course.
Especially when you are a business. If you are a hobbyist, then it's a little bit more easy. But I'm also like, when an animal is more expensive, it sounds really stupid, but people take better care of animals that are expensive, because when an animal gets sick that is very cheap, then they can buy a new one for the price that they can go to a vet. It shouldn't be like this, but it is. That's just how it works. And the more expensive the animal is, I really notice that people take much better care, and they also think better about buying the animal. People that come to me, they have thought about it, they already have found that there are cheaper tegus, but they just want the quality, and also they know that when something goes wrong, that they can come back to me. Most sellers of the wild caughts, they are more like, that's the risk. And not all of course. There are also good people that sell those animals, but a lot, I hear it a lot, that people buy a tegu, it dies, and then they come to me like, I want a new tegu, but this happened to me. So you hear it a lot.
Of course, that's.
But I can talk hours about tegus.
I mean, in the other episode, with Jim, we were talking about making a podcast. So maybe we can make a full episode of tegus.
I'm not sure if everyone likes it, but I'm like that kid that can only talk about one thing only, and that's tegus. That's what I like to hear.